Hi, everybody. I am Brooke Warner, publisher of She Writes Press, and this is part of an FAQ series that I'm doing for my authors and interested authors. And I'm fielding a lot of questions, and this one is, what is the best thing about the She Writes Press community? I feel like I have to answer this from my own perspective first, which is that, of course, it's the people. The community is amazing, and this has been true since the get-go. We started in 2012. And right out the gate, that first group of authors was so supportive. They wanted She Writes Press to succeed so much. They were really part of what made She Writes Press what it is. The authors were the ones who came up with the concept that we were hybrid. There really wasn't even a word back then for what we were trying to do. The authors were the ones who came up with the idea that we should have an author handbook, which has been instrumental to the education of our author community all of these years. The authors asked for a Facebook page to be connected, and they have been connected ever since. And so, what I have done is just created or allowed for the space for the authors to have what they wanted to have. And when someone would ask me something to the extent that I was capable of saying yes, I would say, yes, we can do that. What a great idea. And I think that She Writes Press really baked into its ethos is community, because being at the helm of this thing has been a true honor for me. And I've also recognized the extraordinary intelligence, ambition, talent of all of these women who have come in to say, this is what She Writes Press is, this is what She Writes Press could be. And I've been so grateful for all of the ways in which She Writes authors have made this community what it is. Now, what I want to say about what authors probably would say about what makes She Writes so great is also the community, but it's them. It's being able to have access to other women in this community. It is the Facebook group. It's the fact that they are connected as cohorts. And so if you are a She Writes author, or when you sign with us, you are signing for a particular season, and then you go through the publication process with your cohort. And the cohorts over the years have gotten very close. They have regular meetings. Sometimes there are spin-off groups by genre, for instance. There have been historical fiction groups, there have been memoir groups. All it really takes is someone to say, I want to do that, or I'm interested in doing that. Years ago, prior to the pandemic, we had a couple of retreats, and that was meant to be an annual retreat that we're going to have every year. And of course, the pandemic really threw that into turmoil. And so we canceled our 2020 retreat. But I'm very happy to say in 2026, we are having an author retreat in October. And so I'm really starting to myself get back into this sense of in-person connection, although the online connection has been amazing. And authors have been doing in-person connecting. Certainly before the pandemic, we had a little break during the pandemic, but I would say starting in 2023, they started traveling together again. They go to conferences together. Where I'm doing some kind of travel, I often have author dinners, and that meeting in person is really, really amazing. Authors go to each other's events when they are in the same area as that person. And the Facebook group is a place where authors are connecting, and then cohorts often have their own Facebook groups. So there's lots of different ways that authors are connected with each other. I would be remiss not to mention that there are other things that are great about us too. Our cover program is absolutely astounding, led by Julie Metz, our creative director. She's a talent, and we have a really talented group of designers, of course. We do not use AI for any of our covers. That's an important piece that I want to say here. We have a really strict editorial quality control process, production. I think our books really absolutely compete with our traditional counterpoints, which is the whole point of this endeavor. And then people, of course, love the distribution through Simon and Schuster. It is a leveling of the playing field. There's a certain clout and legitimacy that comes with that. It makes it easier to get your books sold into all kinds of places, not just bookstores, but if you're trying to get yourself in a festival or trying to apply for an award, these things just open doors. So there are a lot of things that make She Writes great, but undoubtedly the community is at the very top of that list. And so as I close off this video, I want to say thank you to all of you, my She Writes Press sisterhood.